Throughout time, people have seen alien beings, and the best thing they had to do back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s was have an artist do a sketch of it. But in tonight's video, we're going to take these sketches and we're going to feed them into AI to see if we can get a more realistic look at what these beings look like. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. It does help me out, and put some comments down below. I'm trying to get this algorithm going, but we're jumping straight into it. You guys know over time, people have seen a lot of alien spacecraft, alien beings and stuff, and they've had artists at the time that they saw these sketches. So in tonight's video, we're going to take a lot of these sketches and feed them into AI to see if we can get a more realistic look of what these craft and these beings look like. The first one we're going to tackle, of course, is going to be the very famous Kenneth Arnold. You guys know that back in 1947, he saw several of these craft, but he had someone go in and do a sketch of this craft. He said that they were boomerang shaped like what you're seeing here, and they kind of floated across the sky like somebody skipping rocks over water, and that's kind of where the term UFO came in. I think it was the next day in the newspaper. But when you feed this into AI, this is what you get. Now, this is probably one of the closest things that we can get as far as what he saw based on that sketch. So, of course, I wanted to tackle this one and show this to you guys. So let me know down below in the comments what you think about this. I think they did a good job of going in and kind of making this more of a 3D model. Now, the next one's going to be a case that happened in Brazil. I'll do probably a video on this a little bit later on, but there were some kids and people that saw alien beings that night. There's a whole story and history behind this, but what I want to tackle in tonight's video was just take some of these images that they had and feed them into AI and try to see what they would look like if we saw them in person. This is going to be one of the sketches, and here's going to be another one. Now, when you take these and you feed these into some AI and try to make it at least realistic or 3D, this is what you get back. Then if you take this second photo, this is what you get back from that one. So in my opinion, they did a good job as far as taking this information in and then trying to create some realistic images, kind of what you're seeing here with this. So of course, let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. I don't want to make this a channel where I'm taking everything and feeding into AI and trying to make it more realistic, but I did at least want to touch bases on some of this to show this to you guys, to get some of your thoughts and opinions on this. Now, this next one's going to come from Mark McCandless. You guys know that he was one of the ones that went in and started sketching out what we call the ARV, or Alien Reproduction Vehicle. Basically something that we went in and we reverse engineered based off some alien technology that we were trying to replicate with earthly materials. So he had sketched this out based off of talking to a couple other people, and this is kind of the drawing he came up with. This was back in the 40s and 50s. We're thinking that this was created. You guys see oxygen tanks and everything down there. But I was really curious myself if I fed this in, if I can get a 3D model of it. And this is what I got here. And this looks pretty good if you ask me. I mean, it did pretty good with getting the detail, the seats that go around it, and even the oxygen tanks down there. Look at that. And even trying to replicate some of the power source and stuff. So I may tackle this with a couple other things, but I want to know what you guys think about this in the comments too as well, because this was a pretty good rendering of this. I mean, it doesn't look exactly like, but they did a good job. Look at that side-by-side comparisons, even with the oxygen tanks, the seats, and everything in it. Now, in 1954, a lady by the name of Jessie Rosenberg saw a UFO that hovered over her house. She said it was huge, and this is the sketch from that. Now, years later, I think it was about 1979 to maybe 1980 or 81, someone brought her back into another interview, and this is kind of what she came up with. So, pretty good artist rendering from what you see here. Now, I fed this into AI, of course, and this is going to be the results of that. Now you guys see that there, it does look like the beings are a little bit bigger in the image inside the UFO, but it kind of gives us an idea of kind of what she saw there when she saw this craft hovering over her house. So you guys let me know in the comments if you want to see more stuff like this. I'm kind of going through quickly with a couple of these. I don't want to spend a lot of time doing it, but I did want to show this to you and get some feedback if you guys want me to start trying to do this at least maybe once a week, once every couple of weeks. Now, no video is complete unless, of course, we have at least one UFO sighting. So this is coming from California in 2022. People thought this was a drone at first. I kind of slowed it down because it's a short video, but you guys can see that bright light in the background. At first, they thought it was a drone, but it actually disappeared, and then the light reappeared there. It shined out bright, and then they said it shot off. And I'm slowing this down just a little bit so you guys can see this. And this last one's going to come from Illinois in 2023. At first, I thought that that was an airplane, but when I look at it a little bit closer, you guys see that there? You see that bird that flew in front of it? That makes it a little less suspect. Look at that. You guys see that there? That is definitely not an airplane. That is definitely some kind of cigar-shaped craft. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more so you guys can see it up close. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought about these. I think it was a pretty good rendering in which AI took a lot of these images and they made it 3D model, try to make it realistic as much as they could. I didn't want to do any animation with it. But let me know in the comments if you guys want to see stuff like this. There's a lot more sketches. I want to take it through here and look at it for my own reference. But if you guys want to see it too, let me know and I'll probably try to do a longer video. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share this with your friends, and I'll see you guys next video. Appreciate you watching.